Okay, hello, sociology people. Our baby is having a little bit of surgery today, so I apologize for not being here. We've been missed too many days this semester, but it's been unavoidable. So we're starting a new unit, social structures. We'll focus on like the family, think of some of the other institutions in society, and that'll be a big thing in this unit. We'll look at different types of societies throughout the world and throughout time, so we can bring in some interesting stuff in this unit. Okay, so fill in the little bit of notes we're going to do now. So this will not even be 10 minutes probably. So fill that in on your outline, and then you're going to use that to answer some questions that you're going to turn in at the end of class. So make sure that you have those questions done at the end of class and ready to go. All right, the first thing that we're going to look at is status. Okay, my PowerPoint slide here is a little jumbled. Apologize for that. So what is the social structure? So what we mean by that is if you look at a group, what are the underlying patterns of interactions between the people within that group? We touched on this in the first unit in here, and we looked at this school, and we made some observations about what are the patterns of interactions, like between students and teachers, between teachers and teachers, and so forth. So this is the most basic thing that sociologists do in doing their jobs. They look out at society, they study groups because that's what sociology does, and they look for what are those underlying consistent patterns that they see among members of groups. With status, so we're going to talk about what that means. Basically, it means your place in society, and everybody has status. Everybody has many different statuses. You'll see that in a little bit. So we'll cover what do we mean by status, what's an ascribed status versus an achieved status, what's your status set, what does that mean, and are all of your statuses that you have equal? Okay, let's run through these. An ascribed status. Well, let's define status first of all. So if you look over on the top right, and again, I have to record this in PowerPoint rather than on slides, so it's a little jumbled here. So if you look on the above right, status means a position that a person has within a social structure or an institution. So it could be within a team, it could be within school, it could be in the workplace, it could be within your family. All those would be your statuses. So let's go over to the left here. So right over here, an ascribed status. That is the type of status that was assigned to you. You didn't choose it, you didn't earn it. Okay, so I'm male. That would be an ascribed status. I'm white, so that's an ascribed status. I am a son to my parents. So I didn't choose to be a son. It was something that was given to me or assigned to me. So that's an ascribed status. If you look down below that, an achieved status. These are the statuses we have that are earned or that we choose. So for me, teacher would be an achieved status. I earned it. Let's see. Let's pick another example. Let's take an athlete. An athlete, let's say a football player, would be an earned or chosen status that they have. So think for a second about what are your ascribed statuses, the things that you had no choice about, that were assigned to you or were given to you, versus your achieved statuses, the ones that you've earned or that you chose. So think about a couple of each of those, because in a little bit here you're going to write about, you're going to list a couple of your achieved statuses and a couple of your ascribed statuses. Now your master status is think of all those statuses. And if you made a list of all your ascribed and achieved statuses, you would have a really long list if you thought about it for any length of time. Your master status would be the status out of all of those achieved and ascribed ones that is the most important, that has the most effect on the most aspects of your life. That's your master status. So I think for me, my master status now would probably be father. I think that's the one, father or husband, that has the most effect on the different aspects of my life. So that would be my master status. Now, if you add up all your statuses, achieved, described, and your master status all together, that whole collection of all your statuses, that's your status set. And again, your status set is very long. If you sit down and you really think about it, you have many different statuses. So, using this example of Mary, her status set would be woman, white, young. Those would be ascribed statuses. She didn't choose those. Those were given to her or assigned. On the right side, member of the military, an officer within the military. Both of those would be, well, military, I would say, would be chosen. She chose to become a soldier, but an officer, so rising up in rank, I would say that that's earned. So both of those would be achieved statuses. So on the left, you got ascribed. On the right, you've got achieved. And one more example. So with Pedro, he's male, black, young. Those were assigned or given to him. So those are ascribed statuses. Athlete, so soccer player, that would be an achieved status because he chose that or he earned that. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So keep those, keep your sheet out just so you can refer back to that when you're answering the questions. With the questions that you answer, use your notes. If you want to look in the book, you can do that, but I think you'll be able to answer these out of your notes. When you get to the last section on the sheet, you're going to watch a 10-minute or so crash course on social stratification. So that's where statuses are divided within society. Stratified means to separate. So watch that video and answer the questions that go along with the video, and then you're going to turn that sheet in by the end of the hour. And I will then see you on Wednesday. Okay, take care.